Hey guys, welcome to another Science Sundays. So today I'm going to be talking about the discovery of photosynthesis. There's not really any one specific scientist that discovered it. It was kind of a group effort. So we're going to talk about them today, and I'm just going to do a nice makeup look based on my floral cardigan because I love plants. So some greens and some yellows and maybe some black. Get a little golden goth going on here. Alright. So, for those of you who don't know, photosynthesis is the process by which plants and some other living organisms derive energy from a light source. Although this important process has existed since the beginning of time, everyone was totally oblivious of its existence, and it wasn't discovered until the 1800s. There isn't merely one scientist who made that discovery, as several different scientists over a period of more than 200 years contributed to the discovery of this important natural phenomenon. Photosynthesis was partially discovered in the 1600s by John Baptista van Helmont, a Belgian chemist and physician. Helmont performed a 5-year experiment involving a willow tree which he planted in a pot with soil and placed in a controlled environment. The willow tree was carefully and precisely watered over the 5-year period. At the end of his experiment, Helmont concluded that the growth of the tree was the result of the nutrients it had received from the water and not the soil. Helmont's conclusion was inaccurate, but his experiment proved that water contributes to the growth of plants. Joseph Priestley was another scientist who contributed to the discovery of photosynthesis. He was born in 1733 and later became a chemist, minister, natural philosopher, educator, and political theorist. His experiments included placing a lit candle inside a closed jar. The flame quickly went out, and Priestley concluded that the air inside the jar had been injured. He conducted similar experiments with mice and concluded that the mice had also injured the air. Injured? I'm going to bring in some of this kind of creamy tone to my cheeks. Just give me a nice little ivory shimmer. Ooh. I can just keep putting it on and putting it on. Let's just go for the whole gusto. Priestley later discovered that plants could be used to restore air that was injured by the candle and the mice. In 1774, the results of Priestley's experiments were published in Experiments and Observations of Different Kinds of Air, Volume 1. Although Priestley did not know it at the time, his experiments proved that air contains oxygen. I think I want to have a nice bright yellow on my eyes. Ooh, she's messy. Peach. Look how yellow my fingers are. It's beautiful. I have been living for yellow eyes lately. There is just something delicious about it. I'm gonna go in with some nice black mascara. So Jan Ingenhousz also contributed to the discovery of photosynthesis. He was a Dutch chemist, biologist, and physiologist who performed important experiments in the late 1770s that proved that plants produce oxygen. Ingenhousz placed submerged plants in sunlight and then in shade. He noticed that small bubbles were produced by the plants when they were in sunlight. When they were transferred to the shade, bubbles were no longer produced by these plants. Ingenhousz later concluded that plants use light to produce oxygen. Also, I hope everyone's having a good Memorial Day weekend. I know it's a rough time. A lot of families haven't been able to even have proper funerals for some of their dead, and I just hope this time brings you some comfort this weekend. I hope you're able to find some. Sending good thoughts and energy to you guys and all my loved ones. I feel so bubbly. Okay. Let's bring some of that peach into the crease. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. Ooh. I think a black lip was appropriate. hand. I'm gonna put some of this orange in my crease. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm even gonna leave my hair up today. Alright. Where was I? Okay, in 1796, John Cinnebeer, a Swiss botanist, pastor, and naturalist, demonstrated that plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen with the help of sunlight. In the early 1800s, Nicolas Theodore de Saussure demonstrated that while plants need carbon dioxide, the increased mass of growing plants is not the result of carbon dioxide alone, but also the uptake of water. In the 1840s, Julius Robert Meyer, a German physician and physicist, stated that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. This is known as the first law of thermodynamics. He proposed that plants convert light energy into chemical energy. From 1862 to 64, Julius Sachs investigated how starch was produced under the influence of light and in relation to chlorophyll. And in the 1930s, Cornelius Van Niel proposed the general equation for photosynthesis. CO2 plus 2H2A plus light energy equals CH20 plus 2A plus H2O. This eventually led to the simplified general equation that is commonly used today. 6 CO2 plus 6 H2O plus solar energy equals C6H12O6 plus O2. Yeah. Dang, what a list of characters. Like, there are lots of pastors and naturalists, political theorists, ministers, philosophers, like all these different people that contributed to this. But that just goes to show, like, how many of us are so fascinated by plants and nature and how it moves and how it forms and how it takes care of itself. Yeah, it's fascinating to watch it and to learn how they move and how they grow and which plants like what soil and which plants like what nutrient more, and this plant might need more water than this one, and I don't know. I love my plants and I love my plant babies. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a florist and I love working with fresh cut flowers and just making these designs out of it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I've always been around plants and flowers and it's been magical, and I don't know. I just love them. I love them so much. They fascinate me. I'll probably make some YouTube videos on how to design and things like that. That way I can teach you guys too. I'm also going to be doing more art uploads too, so that'll be fun to look forward to. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Like and subscribe and share with all your friends, and thank you guys, everyone who's been supporting me doing this. It's really scary putting yourself out there, so to all my friends, my 12 friends that are following all my videos, I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments what scientist or scientific discovery or experiment that you want me to talk about next Sunday, and I'll see you then. Bye, guys.